where the camp tour is going to be?
Hello.
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 Is this where the camp tour is going to be?
This is the camp tour. Hopefully. I should probably grab that backup video just in case. Yes, sir.
Becky, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you doing all of this. I am not a tech person whatsoever. And there is no way I could have done all of this. So I appreciate it because I know it's been a lot of your time.
Thank you. It's been a fun challenge to try to figure some of this out.
I mean, I've learned a lot of things about Zoom since I do use it a lot for a lot of different things, but I could have never done everything you've done. There's no way.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
All righty. My new venture is to learn about YouTube now because we're going to try to create a channel to put all of these videos onto.
Ah, that's a great idea.
So we're all going to be YouTube stars now.
I'm not a YouTuber at all. My daughter is, so she shows me things every now and then, but
Figure that's probably easier for people to find and get to than the Google Drive has been.
yeah. I
Becky,
think it
while
is.
the group is small, teach me about spotlighting. That's something I didn't know about. I use
Can you
Zoom for,
guys hear me?
for work, for church, all kinds of stuff.
Yes, we can hear you now.
I'm not going to be able to hear you. I don't think. Maybe I can. Can you talk for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. All right. I'm going to mute myself while I get the camera set up.
All right. So Diane, the way I've discovered is if you go to, when you're the host, if you go to somebody's individual picture, there's the little 3-dot menu, and then one of the options there is spotlight for everyone. So there's two. Right now, you should all have an option that says pin, and you can choose individually to pin a person if that's the person you want to look at the whole time.
Where do you have that option to pin someone?
On their pictures, like if you find my picture and then go to wherever the options bar is, there's, on mine, it's in the top right.
3 dots.
Oh, the 3 dots. Okay.
And then it says pin. So you could pin me so that I'm the active speaker all the time.
Oh, okay.
But as the host, I have the option to spotlight for everyone.
To
so
do
that
it for everybody. Cool.
makes a pin for everybody to see. And
Awesome.
if you're updated to the newest version, you can spotlight up to 9 people, I think, at a
Oh,
time.
wow. Cool.
But if you're not updated, then you can only see one at a time still. And I don't know how it comes across. So like during the talent show, I had both Kirby and Melinda spotlighted while they were emceeing. So if you have the newest, you would see both of them. But
I'm on a Facebook group that is Zoom for worship. And so I'm hearing about this stuff, but I'd never tried it yet.
yeah, it sounds like the multiple person is fairly new within the last.
Yeah, fairly recent, in the last week or two, couple weeks. Yeah.
Because
Cool,
everything I
thanks.
was finding when I was looking at first said, no, you can't do it. It's not possible. They need to have this. I thought, oh, well, shoot. And then I read down far enough in the comments. I was like, oh, it's in now. It's got to update.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Yeah. It's been a fun learning curve. It'd be helpful for our Cub Scout group too.
So we will eventually be able to go on, you think, YouTube to watch any sessions that we missed or?
Yep.
Perfect.
And I'll put them in the Google Drive also, so they're backed up somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to keep them on my computer forever.
Are they on a YouTube channel or are they just posted to YouTube?
We're working on a channel.
Okay.
They're not up there yet, but.
Okay.
I tried to upload one of them and it said I have to do something to it before I can upload. And I don't know. It was too much to figure out while we were having conversation on the side. So
No, I get that.
I'll go back and look at that one later. Probably be what I'm doing during worship tomorrow morning.
Hi, Tiff. Has anybody seen the lake yet?
Yep.
Is it cool?
We're gonna go down that way.
All right.
All right, we're gonna spotlight Tiff to see what she's seen.
Are we ready to go?
If you're ready, you can go ahead, or if you want to
Yeah,
give
we're ready.
people the.
Okay, hi everyone. So I'm Tiff. Most of you know me, I think. I'm the Associate Regional Minister. And there's Darren, my chauffeur and / technical director. And that's Belle, our daughter. And Davis, say hi. There's Davis, and they're gonna accompany us on the tour. So we're standing outside the main lodge. I gotta show you my favorite tree just because it's pretty right now. There we go. We're at the main lodge here at the conference center, and we're gonna take you on a little golf cart tour around camp. We got some visitors here today. There's a wedding going on. There's a youth group using the lake, and maybe something else. I can't remember. But anyway, if you haven't been here in a while, we paved the parking lot, so no more muddy feet when you come in. So we're gonna go down to by the new cabins, see some old stuff. I really want to show you our new Peace Park that we just put in. And we're just gonna go for a ride. So I should be able to hear you if you have a question, but it might be easier to wait till the end to do questions. But here we go. So the lodge opened. The camp was bought in late. Since I graduated high school.
I'm not getting sound. Is anybody else not getting sound?
No, if you're talking right now, Tiff, we're not hearing you.
To the left, that's where the wedding is today. Most of our weddings happen in the worship center. We've got and with a little chapel that seats about 100.
Yeah, Tiff, we're losing you. You're freezing up a bit.
Oh, I'm freezing up?
You were.
War.
Back on. Is that better now that we stopped?
Yes.
Yeah. We can hear you. Now we don't see you.
Well, we can see you, but you're stiff.
I'm
Tiff,
stiff. How's that? Is that better?
Davis, quit turning the golf.
It's all black.
No video.
No video? Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Wi-Fi. Never trust camp Wi-Fi is a good rule around here.
Yep.
Anyway, where'd you lose me at? The worship center?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go back
as
by
soon as
there.
you started driving.
So these are our 3 cabins. Lighthouse, Burright, Bunkhouse, and Tippy Walk-On. For those of you from Minnesota, this cabin was named after the camp that used to exist in Minnesota. And so I love that we have that tribute to that part of the region's history at our camp. As a youth minister, I love these cabins because they have really great open sight lines. They're also climate controlled, and so that helps with year-round business, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But we're gonna go back to the worship area. I want to point out the prairie grass because I just think it looks gorgeous right now in the fall. We planted 26 acres of prairie grass in 2016 to help kind of replenish the earth from the farming that we've done there for years. And I just think it's really pretty in the autumn. We're going back to our main worship ring at campfire. Every camp, even if it rains, every night ends with campfire around this fire ring or the one in Cairo. And it's just a nice spot to sit and reflect and stargaze when it's clear. We're out of wood right now because we haven't been cutting wood, but there's the fire ring for those of you who've been here and might miss it. It's nothing special, but that's kind of on purpose because we want campers to pay attention to each other and what's going on there instead of aesthetics, I guess. We do have plans to redo all those benches. We have a Boy Scout who's going to come and redo all that for us, one of our campers here in a couple months. So that's going to be a really nice change. This tall grass that you're looking at now is the location of our old cabins. So if you've ever been to camp, we're driving by where cabin 2 used to be. We tore down all the old cabins in the fall of 2016. I cried, but they were in such disrepair that we decided it was best for the stewardship of our funds to tear them down. Just beyond this hill is where cabin 1 was located, just to give you a sense of things if you've never been here. We had 6 cabins that really were 3-season cabins, and so we weren't able to get a lot of business going to supplement camp. Oh, they've got wedding decorations up. All right. So now we can do business all year round, like you can see. So we're going down to Stone Chapel. Don't go too far because I'll lose my cell service. This is our primary wedding chapel. We're getting ready to redo the benches. These white benches are going to come out. They're starting to get a little soft and squishy when you sit on them. This chapel seats about 300, and it's just a great place for a wedding ceremony. In the summer months, we have a fountain back there at the pond that just adds some cool sounds, and so it's a really cool area. I'm going to swing over right here to our smaller wedding chapel. We call that White Oak Arbor, and that one seats about 100 people, and it's really pretty this time of year too. Most of our weddings are in the fall. I'm going to go down to the Peace Park right now. I should say my chauffeur is going to drive me down to the Peace Park. So if you lose me, let me know. Maybe park up the hill by the LP tank. We're going to go by it so you can kind of see what we did in 2018 or 19. I don't remember. One year, our theme was Peace Works. And so each camp that came here, they painted these gorgeous peace poles. So that's a take on the traditional peace pole, which normally says, "May peace prevail on earth." We have 12 of them at the grounds that we put in. I think 12 is a good biblical number personally, but here they are. And so you can go for a walk and stroll around the Peace Park and look at the artwork that the kids did. They're just a really nice addition, I think. Back there in the middle of the Peace Park is a labyrinth that we'd like to redo because it's settled into the ground. So it's not quite usable right now. And the other thing we're going to add here between all these peace poles is a hammock village, and we're super excited about that addition.
Cool.
So in future years, when kids come to camp, they'll have a pamphlet that takes them to our peace cranes in the worship center that I can't show you today because of the wedding. And then they'll be able to read about why we did those. They'll be able to come walk around the Peace Park, and then they'll be able to pray for peace. We're going to have a prayer exercise that they could do and pray for peace. We're going to go behind the lodge, which is not pretty, but it is on the way to something else that's pretty. And I'll show you what we're working on right now. The work never stops out here, as some of you know. Any nonprofit is that way. And right here we have what we're working on right now. So this is the original part of the lodge. It was built in 1967. And that siding that you're looking at is original. So we're trying to redo that windows and siding slowly. This part over here was opened in 2001. And you can see that we're about halfway through re-siding it as well. It has just not weathered well. Actually, the siding that's 50 years old is in better shape than the stuff that's 20 years old. So that's our project right now. We're looking for volunteers to help us get that done by winter. Let's go to Picnic Grove. That's our tool trailer that the region put together as a way for churches to go on mission trips that maybe don't have access to tools. Churches can come pick it up, or it's ready for disaster relief. This is our RV park over here that we're going to go by. You see Jerry and Linda's camper there. Jerry and Linda Wolf are our year-round volunteers. They are who Wolf Lake is named after. We'll see that in a minute. Their camper is here usually April through October, and I can't overemphasize the ways that they have helped maintain this property and make it better for future generations, which is why they did it. They love camp and they love campers, and that's why they're out here. We're going on the road to Cairo country right now. Past a group of campers from my home church, Bloomfield Christian Church. They're out here for the day. Maybe just go, yeah, circle. Hi, everybody. So this is the road down to Wolf Lake. We're not gonna go clear down there because it's real bumpy, but I want you all to be able to see it because it's the best view in camp, I think. So we're just gonna circle it. We're gonna maybe stop here for a second. So this is Wolf Lake. I think it's a 1.5 acre lake that we dug in. It's man-made. It's named after Jerry and Linda, whose camper we just passed by. And it's just a really awesome addition. It opened last summer, so we're still figuring out how to use it. Right over here to the right, just past those trees, next spring we'll break ground on a boathouse that will go in there. And just around the corner over there is where the BSD treehouse will go. BSD was the associate regional minister in my role for almost 10 years, and then he was our regional minister, and he loved camp. And so when he moved on to Virginia, we decided to name the treehouse after him.
Cool.
The reason Wolf Lake is named after Jerry and Linda is because of their amazing selfless gift to camp in the form of service hours. When we dedicated the lake in 2018 to be dug in 2019, at that time we estimated they have given 16,000 service hours to the conference center.
Mommy, you have tie shoes like your
I do have tie shoes on. Okay. So that's why it's named after them. You can see some of our awesome fall foliage that's starting to turn. It's just gorgeous back here. This, like I said, this is the best view in camp, in my opinion. This is where I spend my prayer time, lots of days. Over here, we have Picnic Grove Shelter, and we have just some campers who came out for the day to play. Everybody say hi. Hi. They came to fish, and we're doing a youth group special right now because the kids didn't get to come to camp this last summer, where they can come out for the day and play on the lake, fish, hike the grounds, that sort of thing. So that's what they're doing today. We're coming into my favorite part of the camp right now. This is Cairo country. I'm partial to it because, like I told you in the devotional last night during Vespers, Cairo camp was where I was introduced to God by the good people of Bloomfield Christian Church. Ironic that they're here today. And so it just holds a really special place in my heart. We won't go clear down there because I'm afraid of losing service, but this is the Cairo Fire Ring. A great little spot for worship or s'mores or devotional. It was just redone by one of our campers last summer. Fall colors are really starting to make it gorgeous. We're gonna do a tight turn here.
Yes. It was my son that redid that area.
That's
I
right.
just have
Oh,
to
is
brag
Melinda
on him
on?
just a little.
Yes, Quinn Thomas. I forgot Melinda was on. Quinn is one of my favorite kiddos. He was on our Upper Midwest Youth Council, and he decided to do his Eagle Project out here. And we were really honored by that. And it was a tough project on a very cold, rainy day. We're going to just go to Village
It
1.
was.
It was, I think just stop right here, Darren, and I'm going to loop around. Okay. We're going to loop around one of the villages in case some of you have never seen the ministry that goes on here. Our kids' favorite part is just to the left there, the new tire swing. But this is Cairo country. This is one of our rustic villages. This is Village 1. You can see the huts that the kids stay in when they're here for a week of camp. We have a boys' hut and a girls' hut is how we're structured right now. Here you have their fire pit, their dining area, and their dishwashing station. They cook all their food on the fire, do their own dishes, clean up, like sometimes like parents only wish they could do at home. We provide their firewood. and we bring them their food, and that's about it. And Lisa could tell you a lot about Cairo Camp because she's been a loyal Cairo Camp counselor for many years. But it's amazing the way the kids bond when they're here for a week to serve each other. It's really beautiful. Let's go up to McKee. McKee is our newest cabin, and it is just gorgeous. I wish we could go in it, but it's rented today. How many people stay in a hut was asked. There are 8 beds in a hut. And so 1 for a counselor and up to 7 kiddos. And there's 2 huts in each village. So our capacity down here is 64. Right here you have our bathhouse for Cairo. It looks a lot on the inside like a state park bathhouse. What's up, buddy? Oh, Davis just saw a ghost. Cairo Camp's haunted, apparently. Over here is our shelter house where they are a lot of times. It's not opened up right now. Closed up for this season. And right here we have our newest building. This is McKee Retreat House. It's just gorgeous. We're so proud of it. Volunteers built this just like they built our last set of cabins. And it's got this great view of Wolf Lake. That view is going to get better in a couple weeks as these leaves start to turn. But like all of our construction here, it was done mostly by volunteers. The only things that we don't do ourselves are the foundation, the electrical, and the plumbing, and the heating and air. And everything else we do ourselves. You can see the awesome new deck on McKee. Oops, I moved the camera the wrong way. There we go. So downstairs, there's a new tornado shelter for our kiddos, which is the main reason we decided to build McKee. And then it turned into, we also need a nurse's station. And while we're at it, let's build some bedrooms. And so it just kind of took off from there. And Jerry and Linda headed up that project like they have our other building projects. Sue asks if you need to bring your own firewood, and the answer is no. We provide firewood for all of our groups. Or if you want to do tent camping, we provide the firewood for that too. We're making our way back up to the main lodge right now, down this road from Cairo Country. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about numbers. Numbers are important to some folks, and it means we're doing stuff, right? Oh, we're gonna hit a car. In our typical summer, we have about 900 kids attend our camps. We have about 150 volunteers throughout the season just for the ministry itself, not for the property ministry. We have about 10 weeks of camp. So we're a hybrid camp, we're a retreat rental group camp, and we're a programming camp. So we program 10 weeks of camp, about 20 events for those 900 kids and adults. Our camps start at age 0 with family camp, and they go until our senior adult retreat. So I like to tell people from 0 to 99, you can attend camp here at the conference center. We're gonna go by our play area now. We have our La La swimming pool and splash pad, our Gaga pit, our playground, which is a favorite of our kids, our new sand volleyball pit, and of course our miniature golf course that we really love. It's getting ready to be redone also by a Gold Award candidate. The Gold Award is the Girl Scouts version of the Eagle Scout Award, is what I've been told. We're gonna go up to our house, and I'm gonna stop the ride, and my family's gonna go inside, and I'll stop and take questions, I think. So if you were in the camp in the 80s, 90s, and 70s, this building was known as the Retreat House. Now it's our house. And they've done a lot of work to this building. We're very appreciative of all the work they've done the last several years to our house. They put new siding, windows, and insulation in it this year. A new deck just went on it as well, and a new roof 2 years ago. So we're very fortunate to call it home. We really love it. Sue asked a question, but I don't remember what it was. Can you put it in there again, Sue? My family's gonna say goodbye. Go
You still
inside.
have disc golf?
We have some portable disc golf holes. We don't have the permanent ones anymore. They were dilapidated, and
Yeah.
so we're planning to put some back in. Just haven't found somebody with the passion to do it yet.
How many portables?
So you can see the view from our backyard. It's gorgeous. We have 3 portable holes right now, so I'd love to get that up to 18.
I've got one I might be able to give you.
Okay. What else was I going to tell you? I'm going to grab my notes. It's hard to hold on to notes when you're on a golf cart. I told you about the new boathouse and treehouse that are going in. This place has never stopped growing in its history. We're very fortunate here in our region to have a thriving camp. There are a lot of other parts of our church, the disciples, that their camps are really struggling. So we tell people we're really fortunate to be part of a region that loves its camp and conference ground. Some people ask me, what do you do in the off season? And I chuckle because there is no off season here at the conference center. We are booked typically between 50 and 52 weekends a year. We typically have 20 to 25 weddings each year in the spring and fall, 10 weeks of summer camp. And so there's really not a lot of time to stop. So, so here's the conference center one more time. And thanks for joining me on the tour. Are there any other questions?
It looks great.
Thank you. It's gorgeous out here in the fall.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any plans to expand the number of cabins in the future?
That was in the original Our Path Together plan. I didn't really talk about Our Path Together. That was the fundraising campaign that happened before Darren and I got here. We didn't have to raise any money.
Too, and so I
Yeah, so the original plan called for 3 cabins, 2 sets of 3 cabins. So the cabin set that I took you by, it called for another set. And what we've decided is it's really not timely just with the state of churches right now and the pandemic to raise any more money or ask for any more money. But it is in the plan someday to add 3 more. We're just not doing any aggressive fundraising right now.
Totally understandable. I just wasn't sure if it was in the plans for someday.
Yeah.
Is there in the long term?
I heard something about long term.
Sorry, I didn't know if there was any other building projects that are in the long-term plans.
Oh, sure. So we would love to redo our kitchen. It's original to 67. There's a little bit more work that needs to go on at our house. The retreat house hadn't really been updated much since the 70s. So there's some internal work that needs to be done in our house. I mentioned the boathouse and the tree house. There's also a lot of work that needs to be done in Cairo country. Those huts are getting old, and so we need to do some updates to them. And the bathhouse, we had a gift from First Christian Church of Osceola, and they donated $5,000 to gut and start to remodel our bathhouse. So that will be coming next year too. As far as a long-term vision, we really feel like Our Path Together, the plan that Bill Spangler Dunning led, is coming to an end. And the property committee wants to spend some time visioning about what comes next for the conference center, that we're doing really well, but we don't want to rest on our laurels. And so what comes next for our facility, our staff, our programming ministry, expanding that ministry to adults, all that is coming. That visioning process is coming. I'm going to be on sabbatical next fall, it looks like. And so that's part of that visioning process. My part of that is going to be the education part of my sabbatical is going to be traveling to camps and state parks and national parks all over the country and looking at camps that are bigger than us and how they got there, and looking at camps that are doing really cool programming with kids and seeing what we can borrow and steal. So it's time I think the best organizations are always planning and always dreaming. And while there's times to rest and take Sabbath from fundraising and that kind of thing, I don't think we should ever rest from dreaming. And so that's where we're at now is, okay, we did all this amazing stuff. They thought it was going to take 20 years to raise all this money. It took 2, I think, 2 or 3. So what's next? So it's going to be exciting. We just don't have any idea where God is leading us yet with that.
That's awesome.
Tiff, I just want to thank you for all your work.
Any other questions? Oh, well, thank you. It doesn't feel like work most days. It's a really fun place to call home, and our kids are very spoiled. They have their own golf cart, for crying out loud. And the people here are just wonderful to our kids. And so it's a really wonderful place to be.
There is a question that Diane asked. How much of your rental business comes from outside Disciples denomination?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say I think the last time we looked at that, it was 80 to 90% of our rentals are groups that are outside Disciples. And so we have a huge hospitality ministry. One of the things we're looking at is how do we do evangelism out here at the camp? And I don't mean like street preachers. I mean, how do we make people know that may not go to church that we're associated with a church that has extravagant welcome for anyone? How do we become a place that is a lamppost for disciples and what we believe? That's kind of our next thought. That also is part of my sabbatical. How do we become a witness to the world for disciples and our beliefs?
So are you taking a 2-year sabbatical
So-
to get all this done?
No, 3 months.
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited about it. We're firming up plans. I have to kind of have my plan together in the next couple months to get it approved, because I'll probably start October 1st next year, depending on the pandemic. So it's a lot to get done. I want to rest as well. That's part of sabbatical. But I'm really looking forward to the time away to really discern where God's calling this place next.
So next fall will be your 5th anniversary?
April.
Wow.
March 1st.
Yeah, you came in March.
Yeah, March 1st is my 5-year anniversary here at the conference center. Next summer will be my 6th summer as camp director, which is crazy. I can't believe we've been here that long already. It went really fast. It must mean we're having fun. I was gonna say we did not have in-person camp this summer, and when we normally have 900 kiddos here, 850 to 900, and we estimate that we ministered to about 550 people through our camp crates that we did this summer. So I'm really proud of that, that we were able to reach that many people during a pandemic. We had 6 different versions of a camp crate that kids and adults could buy and do a self-directed camp on their own. With the exception of Adam Camp that Deb Murphy directs, they did their own virtual week of camp. So I was really proud of our volunteers and my summer interns for the way that we were able to pivot and still get something out and reach some people. So it was a success in my book for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was.
Some people recently, I've been getting a lot of questions about our finances. We're in the red right now, but we got a PPP loan from the government. And so we're hoping that will be forgiven before the end of the year. And that's able to keep payroll up. We have 3 year-round employees other than me. We have 1 special needs employee that comes weekly in addition to that through a work program here in Newton. And we have 4 to 6 college students that we employ in the summer, plus our hourly people. So our PPP loan allowed us to keep our 3 year-round staff without furlough and without a pay cut. And we're hoping to continue that. We are starting to have groups come back, and we think we figured out how to do that safely. So that is really encouraging that we're going to be okay. And I just keep telling our staff that this region loves its camp, and God is going to take care of us through the generosity of our churches if we get to that point. But I don't think we're going to get there. Show you some more of the beautiful view of my backyard. We really like the prairie grass. It kind of gives us a little bit of a privacy fence, a natural privacy fence, and it's also really good for the ground, the environment. Any other questions? I hope it wasn't too shaky. I practiced a lot, so I'm glad I only cut out once.
You're doing a great job, Tiff. It's awesome what's happening out there.
Thank you. We love it.
I can vouch for that with my own boys.
It's the work of God that we get to witness. It's fun. I miss your boys too.
They miss.
I miss all our kiddos. It was just a really strange summer.
I was really excited for Adam Camp this year. It was the one thing. No, but the camp crates were genius, and they were really appreciated. Spencer really appreciated his, and getting to do virtual camp with Adam Camp was. He was so excited to do that.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to figure out how I can see you all on my phone. I'm just looking at myself. Oh, there we go. That's better. It's a really long time to stare at yourself.
I can take you back off spotlight if you're done showing things around.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I think that's most of it. I'm going to sit down. But if there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I want to let you know, Tiff, my daughter is Lucy Keith. I don't know if you know her, but she's been there every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she said this morning when I told her you were going to be on, she had plans to go do something today with a friend, but I said, you can take your phone and get on and watch the tour with us. And she said, I can't do it, Mom. I didn't get to go this year. It's so hard. I can't see everything that I missed. She said, so
yeah,
I don't want to watch the tour. So I'm hoping when she comes home and we get it posted, I can watch it with her. So
it was really tough to be out here when the kids were supposed to be here, but I know that we made the right decision. It was a horribly difficult decision, but I just couldn't guarantee their safety this summer, and I'm not having them here if I can't keep them safe.
Exactly. You made the right decision. Should not feel bad about that at all. It was definitely the right thing to do. So.
But it definitely felt kind of strange out here. It was too quiet during those summer months.
I'm sure. Well, it's still beautiful to see though. So thank you for doing the tour. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Tiff, I want to thank you for allowing me to do Adam Camp virtually. You know, just the thought of not doing it was breaking my heart. And
yeah.
It was really cool because I could have some guest speakers that could Zoom in, and I didn't have to worry about them trying to travel, you know, and staying overnight. So, you know, there's some things I've learned for next year.
Well, you know, I learned a long time ago to get out of God's way. That's the most important thing a minister can do is get out of the way. And so when you guys said, hey, we've got a plan, great, let me get out of the way. Let God work. So I heard great comments about it from the kiddos.
Well, good.
think our dog's coming to say hello. Come here, Tilly.
Tilly.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, Tilly.
Oh, cutie.
She's the new campground guard.
Dog.
She make her rounds.
Part hound, and so she works all day. She just goes around, makes sure we're all okay. Oh shoot, my phone's losing power. I got 20%. That's how much more I can talk to you all.
Does anybody have any more questions? Nope, it looks like
No?
probably done then, Tiff.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me do this.
Well, thank you. And
It
thanks
was fun.
for last night. That was great, having campfire.
Good, good. I'm glad you guys liked it. I thought, it was just a perfect night out here.
Yeah.
We're at camp. Let's be at camp and have a campfire. So,
Yep.
okay, well, if there's no more questions, I think I'm going to sign off and go watch the Horned Frogs play Iowa State.
Beat Iowa State.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
Go Frogs.
So now everybody can volunteer to council next summer,
Absolutely.
or get your churches involved in projects for the campsite.
We've always got projects, and Jerry and Linda, who I talked about, are amazing. They built 42 Habitat for Humanity homes, I believe it is. And so Jerry can work with any skill level. If you've never even held a paintbrush in your life, he can teach you.
No excuses, in other words.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Well,
Jeff.
I'm going to sign off.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tiff.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Tiff.
All right.
So lucky to have her.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. So 1 o'clock is our next. We have 2, right? Isn't that right? 2 sessions at 1 o'clock.
Yoga and book discussion.
The children's book discussion, yes,
Yeah.
And yoga.
and
And
yoga.
yoga.
Yeah. Okay.
And those are 2 separate links again.
And yoga says you can, you don't have to worry if you can't move. There's yoga for everybody. So if you want to join yoga, you want to do a little bit of moving because you've been sitting here all morning, then that might be the great opportunity for you. Or time to go get some lunch. So everybody, will see you in a little while or see you a little later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.